I'd like to begin by thanking 1623 Studios for this opportunity to speak to you as I run for re-election as your mayor. To me, good government is focusing on the issues that impact every resident every day, while also having a long-term vision for the future. It's about making the hard choices that are too often backburnered for future generations to figure out. I believe that's the story of my first term. With a lot of help and support, I've seen through a number of the important measures I originally ran on. This administration is off to a good start, but my office is results-oriented, and we're determined to keep our foot on the gas. Today, Gloucester is still dealing with a host of issues, bottlenecks, and pushed-aside problems that span decades. I have not run away from these headaches. Just as I said I would 2 years ago, I faced them transparently, efficiently, and collaboratively. So how are we doing? In my first 100 days, my team and I filled dozens of vacancies on municipal volunteer boards, committees, and commissions, including fisheries, while also updating the harbor plan to ensure Gloucester's voice is heard on the state and national level. My first summer in office, we launched a new reservation system to manage beach parking. It's been a resounding success, marked by a dramatic reduction in traffic. 10 months ago, as promised, I hired a full-time sustainability coordinator. We rolled out a climate action and resilience plan and spearheaded the Gloucester Energy Challenge. To date, more than 500 households completed energy assessments with over $4.5 million saved by residents and local businesses. In terms of economic development, we are making improvements to downtown, including wayfinding and parking. We've superfunded the road paving and pothole repair budgets and leaned into growing our blue economy. Local businesses have grown and new businesses have taken root. Because housing and economic development walk hand in hand, we've restored the Affordable Housing Trust, boosting it with $1.5 million in ARPA funds and directing short-term rental fees to deliver the continual funding source. My office is about making the hard choices that are too often backburnered for future generations to figure out. My office is about identifying creative solutions. For example, we negotiated $5 million in payments from the Commonwealth to renovate our police station and district court, ensuring that the court will remain here. Gloucester is the last major city on the eastern seaboard to upgrade its sewer treatment plant. I'm proud to say that by entering into a consent decree with the feds to build the new facility, this administration put a stop to a legacy of sidestepping this issue. In the 2021 campaign, I also promised accountability at City Hall. Since I took office, we re-implemented performance evaluations. All of this was accomplished in the first term, even with a power outage my first day in office, followed by an exploding manhole cover, a major water main break, forest fires, a drought, and even a fire at City Hall. The point is, we've dealt with the day-to-day issues affecting you and the surprises, but we've also steadfastly looked beyond arm's reach, always thinking of making each of our tomorrows a little better than today. I inherited a lot as mayor, including the stalled work at the Magnolia Pier and the softball field at Green Street Park, but we've taken ownership, and it's our duty to square those circles. But that won't stop us from planning for the future, like electrifying the school bus fleet, green retrofitting municipal properties, and we will continue to update and expand our recreation spaces. My administration has begun the process of a new master plan for Gloucester to replace the previous plan from 2001, which will guide us for the next decade and beyond. My focus has been and will always be getting the long-term wins for this city so we can do the most good for the most people over the most time. I'm proud to call Gloucester my hometown, but this election is not about me. It's about you, the people we serve. So once again, I ask for your vote. Help me continue this work. Help me keep our foot in the gas. Help turn this good start into an even better future. With your support on Tuesday, November 19th, we can continue the progress. Thank you so much.
You don't have to settle for the status quo. You have a choice. You have a voice. You can have a seat at the table. I will be your voice. You will be heard. We will be heard. My name is Tracy O'Neill, and I'm running for mayor of Gloucester. I am a lifelong resident and have been a small business owner for more than 20 years in Gloucester. I went through the Gloucester public school system, as did my 2 sons, of which I am very proud. Although I realize that change and growth is inevitable, we need to progress intelligently. It has to grow out of an understanding of our natural resources, as well as the resources we can build, such as roads and other infrastructure. After all the rain this summer, our reservoirs are still not at capacity. We still have power outages. Our roads are in a state of disrepair. The list goes on. We can't let the drive for progress end up damaging our way of life and what we love and cherish. The very things that make Gloucester so very special. Clean, fresh ocean air. There's nothing like it. Wide open spaces and shade trees to cool the planet are things to be cherished. I live downtown, so I'm one of the first to see what overdevelopment and overcrowding does and will continue to do, if we allow it. It is almost universally true that when expansion happens too fast, it first has an impact on the working class. So if you live in one of the outer wards, you have plenty of open space and trees, and you may not feel the impact immediately, but you will in time. Historically, working class people don't have much of a voice. We're too busy striving to make a solid life for our families. I will be your voice. I won't let the people of our beautiful city be bullied into submission. With Tracy O'Neill as mayor, Beacon Hill will hear you. Beacon Hill will come to know the people of Gloucester and what we stand for and what we won't stand for. My name is Tracy O'Neill, and I want to be your mayor. I want to be your voice, the voice of the people of Gloucester. I'm asking for your vote on September 19th. No one will work harder for the people of the city of Gloucester than Tracy O'Neill. Thank you.
Have you ever wondered what the rest of the world thinks about Gloucester? I never did, until I moved away from here. As I passed through security at the airport recently, an officer looked at my license and said, "You're from Gloucester? Can you answer a question for me?" I said, "Sure." And then he said, "Why do people never leave that place?" I burst out laughing. I said, "Well, we have what so many others are desperately seeking. We are surrounded by natural beauty. We have a 400-year maritime history which gives us an amazing legacy to be proud of. Our town is full of generational families and authentic people who are passionate about their culture and traditions, which means we have a wonderful sense of community. Everything you could want or need for a simple, happy life is located within our 26 square miles. Why leave?" He smiled and said, "You know, I never thought about it that way. You're right. By the way, I'm from Marblehead." As I walked away, I thought about why I left Gloucester, and yet why I always couldn't wait to come back home. I have lived in 3 states and Washington, D.C. I've been a career woman, a full-time mom, an entrepreneur, and a teacher. In my professional life, I've helped people discover their best and have counseled people experiencing their worst. I've helped businesses thrive, and I've guided organizations through initiatives they needed in order to survive. I've had neighbors who were presidential candidates and neighbors who were hardworking moms. I've been the face and voice of Gloucester to those whose only knowledge of this city and its people came through a book, a computer, or the lens of the media. I have worked very hard to stretch my reach beyond this island, but I have never forgotten where my roots are firmly planted. And now I am running for mayor. When people ask me why I want to do this, my answer is a reflection of what I have lived, loved, and felt throughout my entire life. This is my home. I want to protect it. I want it to continue to be a safe, welcoming, and authentic place to live, learn, work, raise a family, and grow old. I want to protect its beauty and culture. I want to take care of the people that, like me, have been here for generations. I want to share the magic of it with newcomers and help them to see why it's so important to not just live here, but to become a part of who we are and why we value our home so deeply. I want to give back to the place and people that have given me so much. I'm running for mayor because I've always believed that Gloucester held this amazing potential to be the example of what an attractive, highly functioning small city should look like. A place that welcomes change and growth without losing its soul in the process. A place where the people and leaders work together to maintain the natural beauty and resources without monetizing its value to a level of destruction or overregulation. A place where everyone is involved in the governing process as a matter of personal interest and investment in their own future. A place where the city's leadership listens, welcomes, and actually follows the guidance of the community. A place where options and opportunities exist outside our door and within our reach. A place where kids get the kind of education that prepares them not just for a job, but for functioning in the world. A place where we can all afford to live for generations to come. We have a challenge to face as our community grows and expands beyond what it has always been, and we need a mayor that can lead us through those encounters with strength, conviction, and a commitment to doing what is right for our city. I'm not afraid to stand up to the waves of power or battle the winds of greed. I've actually implemented large, comprehensive plans, not just hired consultants to create them. I have the experience, education, and exposure to lead this community in the direction I am hearing it wants to go. I want to be your mayor because I was blessed to grow up in a Gloucester when we knew who we were and why we were here. And I want to work together to build a future where others can do the same. I hope you will take the time to learn more about me and then cast your vote for Mary Ellen Rose for mayor. I thank you for your support and look forward to serving you.